Hi guys, Dorota Nail, international nail artist and educator here, and today we are gonna be doing a rebalance on my nails. I get you step by step how to achieve this beautiful look. Have a preview of it in here. I love it so much and I hope you really enjoyed it. So let's start. So in this video we are gonna turn the 6 weeks old nails into the set, and I hope you really enjoyed it. So first of all, I'm gonna use the e-file to loosen some of the crystals, because you guys know they are a nightmare to come off if they secure with our base gel. So I'm just grabbing the e-file bead. It's kind of like an old bead, and I've got some new melodies to the e-file as well, which I did the review already, but I'm gonna actually use it in this video as well. Okay, so first of all, I just want to kind of file a little bit around those crystals, because otherwise they are really far too difficult to come off. Just so I've got something to clip, and then I can start clipping them off, and if it's necessary we are gonna e-file it even more. Okay, so got some old cuticle nipper. Okay, first one came off quite nice. See, usually this does helps quite a lot, like if you e-file tiny bit. This is honestly always a torture to remove the crystals from the nails. Like you know, like in my head, like I'm imagining like now I will just break the entire nail just to clip off the crystal, and you kind of also need to use quite a lot of force, so if the cuticle nipper slips off from your hand, you can actually direct the cuticle nippers into your skin, which would be very unpleasant. Okay, I am quite impressed how we managed to do this one. Let's go with the next one. Crystal by crystal, one by one. See, also because we're putting so much pressure, quite often I find that you can actually lift the nail with it as well. So try to don't force it too much. Like if you really find it a big struggle, it's better to e-file it. Now we are gonna use that e-file to remove the excess of the product. And my natural nails, guys, like, I mean, they are really bad underneath. Like they are actually almost the length of the set. So it is gonna be a pretty difficult one for this reason. Okay, I need to file away the product. I think I have maybe even touched myself with the cuticle nipper. I didn't felt it, but I can see it now. I'm using safety bead as well. So I'm jumping from nail to nail. I don't want to produce any heat. And I will need to really inspect those nails, because they have been on for far too long. Like, you know, 6 weeks is a really long time, and anything can happen underneath of them. So I will be inspecting for any hidden lifting. And I think I've got one in here. No, it's not. Oh, maybe it is. I really don't like to file that direction, but with this setup, I cannot twist my hand anymore. So normally I like to go. Oh, maybe no, I can't. So the dust collector actually quite disturbed me to twist my hand more into that direction, because I prefer it coming from that side rather than what I showed you on the video. Okay, now I am suspecting there might be actually some lifting on this nail, and if you suspect there might be any lifting, you have to remove that product. And in the case of so long and so grown out nails, I want to do most of my filing now with the e-file rather than with the hand file. And to be able to do that, I need to swap into the hand file and shorten those nails. I'm not gonna risk it shortening it with the e-file, because that can cause quite a lot of clean the hand, because that will give lots of vibration, and this one is possibly lifted, and also my natural nails are so extremely long. That's it does vibrate, like it moves more than it does with the full extension. Okay, that's the length we are gonna go for. And each time when we're shortening the nails, so I have removed extreme amount of the product already, and you can see it how thick they become at the free edge. Again, I'm not too bothered to have the length perfected like 100%. It's just as long as I've got roughly what we need. There is no point of losing a time on it. And then go back to the e-file. Thin out those free edge. Not too much on this one, because I will try to lift it up. Almost impossible with coffin shape, but we can try something. And I don't like to e-file my natural nails underneath. Even if you put the top coat, sorry, that doesn't look that neat, and there is always, I prefer either a natural nails or nothing. Okay, this one. Come on, what is going on in here? Yeah, it's lifting, definitely it's lifting, so I need to get rid of that. You could see the light place there. Done. Okay, push back the cuticles. So a decent push, and this will actually show the growth even more. Also, by the way, guys, we've got those amazing cuticle pushers as well. Like, they absolutely beautiful, nice and sharp. So be nice, slow and careful. You can see how much stuff is coming off. Swap it to my cuticle bit, and then we are gonna clean anything what is on the nail plate. Nice and low speed. Patrick has been so helpful bringing me a baby wipes. Thank you. Put it back to the reverse. I might actually even not trim them, I will see it, because I find it actually the less cuticle work we do, the better they are. but you want to make sure there is nothing on the nail plate. Okay, get rid of the file, and now we can hand file. So first of all, we want to leave this, it's not too bad, so I'm just gonna file it from the one side, taper it from the other side with trying to don't overfile that place. And then get rid of that lifting. So for product filing, I'm using 100 grit, and as you can see it, I'm not touching the natural nail. You want to kind of file, now I'm close to it, so I swap the grit, but you want to file it where you have a lifting, like not on the lifting, but around the lifting, so it's kind of doesn't enlarge, because it's quite a large one. And then here is another white spot. So this is called like a pocket lifting. And I find that lots of people go lazy, there we are, and do not remove those kind of liftings. What is happening, the water gets trapped in there, and then you've got all sort of issues like Pseudomonas bacteria entering in there, pretty nasty stuff. So make sure you always remove pocket lifting. Tiny bit of lifting in here. I think I abused this nail. Okay, move on into the next one. So one side, other side, taper it. And this one is intact, so I can just blend old product with the natural nail. There we are. Next one. Again, taper it as much as possible. And then blend the old product with the natural nail. Now this movement allows me to scratch the natural nail without going too rough, so I can be nice and gentle. I'm working with the 180 side, so like 180 side. Perfect, we can get rid of the dust collector, get rid of the dust, and then start the gel application. Get rid of as much dust as possible. And then blue scrub to dehydrate the nail plate. Clean it nice and squeaky clean. Re-inspect the nail plate. An extra nail prep. So always with this stage, make sure that the entire nail plate is ready, that there is no lifting, and that there is no cuticle on the nail plate. I said I will not trim it, but I might actually trim it maybe just a tiny bit. Now the Perfect Rose is a color I had on my nails before, and that's what I'm going to use it this time as well. Just because we are going to go for a French with the pretty design. And I'm so happy how they actually turn it out, guys. Look at this, like how they turn it out using my not dominant hand. So so I hope they will be so good like this as well. Bless you, Patrick. Getting the dust everywhere. I got too excited. Universal Air Bond. Okay, make sure this place is all prepped. And then we are gonna start building it. So remove the excess of the product from your brush, because what will happen is like your brush is really nice and neat and you can reach all those places. Look, I'm almost touching the cuticle. but I'm not touching it. The gels always shrinks like tiny bit, so like that's why I'm so close with the product, but without of touching it. Do the same in here. Also, another thing what I love to do it, and you guys always see me doing it, is applying those thin layer, because in most of the cases, if there is something I'm not happy about, like I cannot have almost like a room for a mistake, and I find it by applying this thin layer, we kind of curing product better, like because it's so thin. The thicker we apply the product, the longer time it needs to cure. And now this is a pretty important step if we're going for any glitter encapsulation or anything which is inside the gel, that you've got those slip layer. Okay, now my pinky is actually quite intact. I definitely need to cure this one, so I'm gonna start from the pinky. That saved me lots of time, and I need to rebuild my apex. So pick up a huge amount of the product and start building up my apex. Release the product from the brush and go one side, other side, one side, other side, till you reach the free edge. But you don't want too much product at the free edge. So I'm kind of removing the excess from it and just let the product flow into the places. Okay. That looks pretty decent. Cure it. And then once you're happy with it, so normally if I cure this first thin layer for 60 seconds, I can only flash cure it, but because I didn't, I have cured it for the entire 60 seconds. Okay. Again, doesn't matter if I did the slip layer before, I still want to work on a slip layer, because otherwise my gel is going to stuck in there and it's not going to move. So you can see me building the nail enhancement so fast because I'm using the slip layer and my product is almost gliding like and going where I wanted it to go. Again, kind of almost doing a reverse smile line, and then just help the product move a little bit. I did it maybe to the extreme, and but I just wanted to show you that you almost don't have to touch it. So the brush work can be pretty minimal, and then you can just wait for the product to spread into the right places. Look, apex area. Maybe if I'm fussy, I can touch it here. Brilliant. Cure it. And now I can only do a flash cure, so again, to save the time, I'm picking up a small scoop of the product, clean one side of my brush, and apply it nice and thin layer. Pick up a large scoop, like kind of try to measure the size of the apex you need. Release from your brush, so always pick up on the one side of the brush, and by releasing you want to kind of go out from your brush, and then start dragging it in one side, other side, one side, other side. I will try to work very slow so you can guys actually see me doing those movements. Then help it so slightly. That's far too thick at the free edge, so I'm gonna straight away remove it. Don't want to have that much filing, because at the free edge we're almost at the right thickness. And then wait for the product to spread. I'm even gonna brush it more from the free edge. Okay, happy. Flash cure again, and then pick up a scoop of the product for the index finger. So the index finger is going to be much more difficult just because it was missing far more product. I just need 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see it looks actually funny. I love to show you that. No, this one is better. It's terrible. It's really terrible. Okay, so let's fix this nail. So what is happening? I'm missing product here because I had lifting. I'm missing huge amount of the product here. My natural nail grows down, and it's like most of it is my natural nail, just a tiny bit of the extension hanging on it. So yeah, pretty nice one. But what we need to do is, again, nice and thin layer, cap the free edge. So with this movement, I'm also capping the free edge. Cap the free edge. And now we need to build up the apex. So this one is a little bit more tricky because we've got missing amount of the product in different amount of the product in different places. So I would go my apex, leave more product here, so I'm a little bit longer, shorter time and bigger press down, and here. Here I am almost no touching the product because I want to leave lots of it, and then stronger press in here because I've got too much product. Okay, so like by doing the presses, you can kind of leave the right amount of the product in there and then let it spread it. You can see it did fill up. I'm not gonna be able to make it nice and straight look out of it because my natural nail would need to be lifted up. But probably we can get something like this. As I say, from the top they look not bad, but the side view is really, really terrible because I'm trying to lift it up, but the natural nails are just far too long and too curved down the way. So without of filing underneath, I just freeze it so I can show you again. Without of filing it like underneath all of this and the extension, I wouldn't be able to reshape it properly. But that's how they look before filing. I just need to give them a final 60 seconds cure and then we can shape them. So get rid of your products. My nails are cooked. Inhibition layer needs to be properly removed. And what I usually do with the inhibition layer, guys, I go one side of the wipe, then I close it and I re-clean it, and then I take a second wipe. Okay, you want to make sure you get rid properly from all those product residues, like everything is clean nice and properly. Grab the wipe, place it here, just so I'm not gonna do too much of a mess, and then let's shape them. So this looks nice, this looks nice, this looks nice, this one is terrible. And we need to file it nice and straight, then lifted it up, nice and straight, lifted it up without of going too much. And then I'm gonna file it a little bit underneath. It will change the shape. Like basically you can see this is the place which I was saying it should be e-filed to be able to get a nice view from the top. But I find it when they are e-filed, they are actually quite going quite messy and dirty. And even if we put the top coat, they are just thick and bulky, and I really don't like it. So I am not fan of that technique. Sometimes I have no choice and I would e-file it, but usually I try to don't. Thin out the free edge. Especially that's, I will be getting a new set anyway very soon. We are gonna go to Manchester and do the judging in a nail competition. If you want, guys, you can pop in and say hello. So it's a Manchester Central Beauty North. We will be there with Patrick for 2 days. Then blend it with around the cuticle area and smooth the entire surface like this. I very badly try to don't touch these places here because we're going for a coffin shape, and with this length it's actually quite hard to achieve it without of overfiling. So I will still probably overfile, like yes, I will definitely overfile just because I prefer it that kind of look than too bulky and too fat nails. Blend around the cuticle area. And then catch the entire surface of the nail. clean the dust. So ideally I should leave them just the way they are, almost like, but I'm just gonna taper it a little bit more, and that's the moment when I'm doing overfiling. For some client, it might cause the issue, so please be careful when you kind of tapering too much. You need to kind of really know your clients and know to what kind of extent you can overfile it. And then this one, so just the same, one side, other side. When filing the sides, try to don't do that kind of motion because you'll round it off, and we really want them like as nice and straight as possible. Credit card thickness, like so, I want to go as thin as possible. To be honest, what else I could do is, sometimes I'm thinking about it, like, you know, I could only cut this nail and I could get away with, these two are fine, even if they are quite old, but this nail always looks so bad. You can see this one is a bit wonky. And pinky, the most difficult to file it without of support. Again, blend around the cuticle area because this is very important area. You don't want to know where the product is starting. It will prevent the lifting, and it gives you a really nice and clean growth area later on when the nails are like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks old. Okay, they're not too bad, so I can grab the grey buffer and just buff them. Okay, so with the grey buffer, I'm just repeating those kind of movement. Buff it. Buff it. This way you're catching the entire surface and you are getting the things nice and smooth. Clean it around the cuticle area, and I love the grey buffer because when you're going around the cuticle area, you're kind of exfoliating the cuticle as well. And almost exposing it, so it's not easier to trim it. I can see some white line in here. File it. Gone. Again, clean it and inspect it because sometimes we can find something else. So like after I buff it, I might grab the file if it's necessary and just touch it up with the file. Thin out the free edge, like make sure it's a credit card thickness. So I'm just making the free edge extremely nice and thin. Nice and thin. Nice and thin as much as I can, because filing this one from the top make it go more droopy. Okay, I cannot do anything more about it, because as I say, my natural nails are extremely long underneath. I thought I'm not gonna trim the cuticles, but I'm actually gonna trim the cuticles just a little bit. Just the worst parts. But still very minimal. Like as little as possible. For me, the best way to get rid of them actually on my nails is to take a bath, nice long bath, then go with the towel and just go like this and they're gone. And if you do it pretty regular, especially after having them done, they can stay clean and nice for a pretty decent long time. Okay, perfect. So now I'm just gonna clean everything with the blue scrub, remove any dust particles, clean my desk as well, so we can move on into the next part of the design. So that's the dust clean. Now I'm just gonna clean the nails and we can paint those French. So French gel, D-liner brush, I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe. Okay, exercise my brush so it does behave. And then paint the French. Like, come on, get rid of fluff. So I want to go, so my natural nail is finishing here, like my natural smile line, and this is where I want my smile line to start. Do the same height on the other side, because sometimes smile lines are uneven and you can clearly see that on this finger, that they are uneven. But I still want the corners to be at the same height, and so usually pick up the corner which is higher. Find the middle and now join the things together. So remove the excess of the product from your brush. And join this, what you have painted. Okay, color everything in. So I want the smile line to be pretty deep, but not over the top. Go to the other side just to paint the edges. And move on into the next one. So again, remove the excess of the product, like you want hardly any product when you're painting those corners. And I've got deep nail folds, so I need to really pull down them. Otherwise they will get all dirty. Find the middle. I always place my dot or a line like well below the smile line. I just need to know where the middle is. For a very deep smile lines, V shape is the easiest way to paint the to paint the smile line, and then you just join in the middle. And I use that technique quite a lot. But I don't want them that deep. But they're still on a deeper side. And then color it. Same. I can actually show you the V-shape one. So you would go just like this. Okay, and then once you've got your V-shape, you can just round it off the smile line. So there is actually really many ways of painting a French. You could also use the angular brush. So like if I've got quite a lot of French to do, like not, this one is, I would say, medium, like it's not that much of the white. I would go for an angular brush if I've got a lot. If I've got a thin French to paint, then I usually use the D-liner brush. So depending on how deep I need my smile lines, like, and how much white I've got.
So actually it depends on the length of the nails.
Yes, depends on the length of the nails. The length of the smile line. Yeah. Because sometimes you could have a long nails and tiny smile line. And sometimes you can have a short nails and huge smile line, which doesn't look nice. Like, I like it 1/3. And obviously the less you talk, the nicer work you do. Okay, color this one in. And the less cameraman rest on your chair, the neater you can paint too. I'm just gonna touch up this one. I missed something there. Touch up that one. My hand just cannot, almost twisted that way. So I'm just inspecting this side, which I cannot see it. Okay, and then once happy, I can give them a cure. And then we are gonna go and do some nail art. So 300, which is Sakura Serenade Glow. That's a difficult name. Okay, small scoop of it, because I want to do some sort of leaves. Demaster brush. And I just pick up those two colors together. Like this. guys, completely random kind of thing. So I want those two to be joined like kind of together. And what I'm gonna do it's not a one stroke, it's a kind of couple squiggles, which looks like leaves. I need to rest my hand, it's just going everywhere. And you can see it, I'm doing also all sort of sides of the brush. So I'm not trying to paint one stroke or anything like that. I'm just bringing in a splashes of those mixed color, okay? Brilliant. Cure it. And then we are gonna put a top coat over it. Thanks, Patrick. High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. Okay, the reason for it is I want my, with the French, I did it quite nice and neat, I would say, but if you want them perfect, you can apply top coat and you can give it a couple scratches with the buffer and you will get a really perfect look, because there is not going to be a jump from the French, which is a little bit thicker, so you've got nice smooth surface and then you've got the jump from the French. And you can actually see it, how the light reflects on it. Can you see there is a jump? It's not like a smooth line, it is a bit jumpy there. And I am so fussy quite often, like if I want a really nice and pretty set, this is what I will do it. That will get rid of that jump. And it takes you literally, I don't know, 5 minutes per set. Like here, the jump is very prominent. Can you see it, guys? Yes, you can see it. Can you, Patrick?
I don't have glasses like
You can't see it. It's the line. It doesn't.
But
it's
yeah,
broken.
I know what you're talking about. You see on the rail, but
Yeah. So
too far away from the camera.
okay, I need to cure them, and then we are gonna buff it. So take away your products, and then the next one stuff we are need is our transfer foil gel glue and some gold transfer foil. So that's it ready. Okay, couple scratches, literally. And also it will give me a depth to the design, because the leaves I have just painted, they are gonna be on the bottom, and then on the top of it we are gonna have some gold transfer foil. So that will look even nicer. And they are not gonna be thicker because of it. I think they will actually look thinner because of it. Okay, happy with that. So clean it. Clean my brush, grab the products. Small drop of the black transfer foil gel. And then a scoop of the transfer foil gel glue. Okay. It is much easier to paint it because you can see it, what we're painting. And what I want is, I want some small leaf in here. Now I will try to paint it as thin as possible. It might be almost, maybe not visible on the camera, because the gel spreads. So really nice and pretty autumn fall set. I'm just touching up the leaves and oh, doing the same in here. Like, make sure you do not touch the previous painted one, and you do observe for the gel spreading as well. Very nice and thin line. I am painting quite slow, guys, so quite often you would see me painting pretty fast. I am very slow on this set. I wanted it to be pretty because the structure isn't best because of my natural nails, so at least the nail art is gonna compensate. I mean, they look okay from the top. They just don't look nice on the side view. I will show you that as well. And they don't look nice underneath at all. That's too much product. This is perfect. trying to see if I can squeeze something else in them. Patrick says, no, I know. Okay, cure them. Okay, cure them. It is a 30 seconds cure, and then what you want to do it is grab the base gel, because of course we are gonna stick couple crystals in there as well. So drop of the base gel and some gold transfer foil. I actually love this color. This one is a pale gold. I'm gonna use it. I've got 4, 3, 2, 1 ready. And I loved it actually as well, like how easy it was for Patrick to use that gel too, and what an amazing results he got.
Maybe I'm as good.
No, it was my product so good.
I know, dude. So actually I like
Oh, stop it, because I need to transfer nice it and you disturb me.
I wasn't half either.
You had easier.
No.
You did amazing. If you guys didn't watch, there was a video of Patrick using a transfer foil and doing Olivia's nails as well. Oh, I love it. I mean, there is nothing prettier than the connection of the white and gold, like absolutely nothing prettier. Okay, couple gems, because Patrick is hungry. We need to make some dinner. And I even didn't eat the breakfast yet. What time is it? 4 p.m. Yeah, I'm terrible. I am terrible. But it was a busy day. Yeah. So yeah, after that we are just heading to make some dinner. Couple gems. But they are single ones, so I'm not gonna be struggling this much removing them. And you know what? For a change, I went, instead of choosing the AB crystals. Oh, come on.
Because you say it will be easy.
It will be easy, yeah. No, easy for a removal. Single crystals are always so easy for a removal, and they are more prone for jumping out as well. Like they are more prone for coming off single gem than the cluster of the gems. Like when we've got the clusters of the gems, things always stay nice and long time. I had dilemma if I wanted actually any crystals, and then I thought, why not? And I love the connection of the choice of the crystals, the clear ones, with this gold foil. Because the AB one, I think they will just blend too much, and the clear ones are standing out like a lot. This one is too much on the side, making my nail look bulky. And that's another thing, is like when we do place the crystals, the placement is quite crucial so we don't make them look bulky. Time to freeze it, and then we can apply the top coat. Well, I will be applying the top coat one by one. So like if I'm not fussy about the top coat, it's okay. If I'm fussy about the top coat application, I like to do it one by one, because this is your finishing touch. And I don't want to top coat the crystals, but I want to go around it, and I want to push the top coat underneath. There are some single particles of the gold transfer foil, which I have just brushed away. I can actually do this one too. Clean my brush from the transfer foil gel. Repick a fresh product. And just go around these crystals. Check how the light reflects on it. And freeze it. So 5 seconds freeze, and at the end we are gonna also touch it up with the file, just so the things looks even neater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is a new function on the YouTube as well, guys. For those of you who are watching till the end, you're probably also supporting us so much. Pretty please, if you hit the like button, there is an option of the boosting the video. If you could press that for me and boost this video, I would really, really appreciate it. Like that will help us get more notice, more exposed, and like more views. So if you've got that option, because not everyone got that option.
We could use 3 times a week.
Yes, you can use the boost option 3 times a week. So if you really like a certain video, please hit that boost to help us gain more views. So then I know then I know you're really appreciating those videos. Okay, that's them top coated. I'm gonna do a final 60 seconds cure and then move on into the last step. Okay, that's them cooked. So what you want to do is take a file. You can see it how ugly it looks, and just touch it up more from underneath, and it looks better. Touch it up. Touch it up. Same, this one is like really ugly. And you can see it looks much better. And I always touch up the French. Like anytime I do it French like this, I would touch it up, and no, it is not gonna come off. Even more, I actually do it on the natural nails as well, and I was petrified like to do it years ago. Actually, it was on my first sets with the French on the natural nails, because I was very scared how this is gonna last, but it does last. So you kind of blending the product with the natural nail or with the extension if you're going from underneath. If you do it from the top, you are gonna cause maybe a chipping or a lifting, but from underneath is absolutely fine. So yeah, you can see it like the underneath of the nails doesn't look attractive. The side view, especially on this one, isn't attractive at all, but they look really nice from the top. I'm not gonna put cuticle oil until I wash my hands, and then I will take a nice and beautiful thumbnail picture. I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this video. I'm trying to get a better light. Thanks, Patrick. Oh, no, it's not that good light. There we are. I think maybe that's a better. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, Patrick. So yes, they are really nice and pretty. You can see it. I'm sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!